And welcome everybody. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I wish I could say it's a bright sunny day with a nice swimming pool behind me, but that's the benefit of a virtual background. It's actually evening out right now. It's almost dark right now. It's kind of funny how internet works and crazy virtual backgrounds. Not even sure what time of day it is sometimes. Anyway, I'm Coach Brad. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And as always, it's a pleasure to come to you and talk to you about all things health and wellness. I love to do this, and this is my passion. And tonight, I wanted to talk to you very simply about three tips to help stop the struggle with keeping the weight off, with the energy, and just having better health. I don't know where you are in your health journey or where you wish to be 6 months from now or a year from now or anything like that. But if you struggled, I can certainly relate to you. And so tonight, I want to give you these three tips that ideally will help you stop with that struggle. But before I do that, though, let me just give a quick background how I got to be there and the struggle that I used to go through. I'm the guy, literally 13 years ago, that was sitting on his bed in his bedroom, 50 pounds overweight. I thought, very lethargic, no energy. I don't know. I just remember I would work all day and be exhausted on the couch and do absolutely nothing. And that day that I was sitting on my couch, and, quick IT tech issue there. But that day that I was sitting on my couch, I remember like it was yesterday, just being very overweight, lethargic, very, I don't know if I want to say depressed, but low self-esteem. And I just sat there and remember thinking, how did I let myself get this way? What did I do? What happened? And it just life got the best of me, the whole work, eat, sleep, hustle culture routine. And I had become overweight, out of shape, lethargic, no energy, very, very low self esteem. Like I said, I wouldn't say depressed. And so that set into motion a series of events in my life that led me to transform, to go from what I call couch to healthy. And for many years, though, it was a struggle. I didn't know what to do or how to do it or anything like that. I didn't have a coach. I don't even think health coaching existed 13 years ago. I know it's a fairly new field. And and so I know what it's like to struggle. And for almost 4 years of this journey, you've probably heard of the yo-yo diet. I would gain the weight, or excuse me, lose the weight, and then I would gain it, and then I would lose it, and then I would gain it, and then I would lose it, and then I would gain it. And I didn't know anything about any of this, what to do, how to go get started. And literally, the last 13 years of my life have been research and development, as they call it, into all things better health, more energy, and probably most important for a lot of you is keeping that weight off permanently. And so, over the last 13 years, I've learned a couple of things about this keeping weight off permanently, better health, and having more energy. And so tonight I wanted to share again with you three of these tips that I've learned. And before I get to these, I want to say these are not the tangible things that you think of. So when I use the word tangible, I'm talking about like, diet or exercise, or those are common words that you're familiar with. And that's what most people think, and most people go straight to that. And that is part of it. I don't use the words diet or exercise anymore. That would be another live session. But what I learned along this journey, if we're truly serious about better health, more energy, keeping that weight off permanently, it's the intangibles that I mean. Now, what is an intangible? Of course, an intangible is something internal. It's something that has come from within. And to give you a very quick example of an intangible is determination. So back to my story, November 2009 is when I sat on my bed in my bedroom and looked at, oh, I'm 50 pounds overweight. I set a goal to lose weight. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. I thought this was a journey about losing weight, but it turns out that's not true, that is not what this is about at all. But anyway, so from November 2009 to November 2010, guess what happened? Yeah, nothing. I didn't lose a single pound. I didn't lose a single pound because I didn't even try. was absolutely crazy. But that first year taught me a very valuable lesson. And to say I failed would be an understatement. I failed beyond epic proportions that first year, miserably. Didn't lose a single pound. I didn't even try. But in failure, I learned something very, very valuable. They say that failure is the engine of success. And sometimes failure is the best thing that ever happened to me, and that's the best thing that ever happened to you. So all your struggles, all your yo-yo, don't look at that as failure. Look at that as propelling you ultimately to that person you're meant to be. And when you get these tools and tricks and strategies figured out that I'm going to get to here in a second, again, it becomes inevitable. It becomes inevitable that you keep the weight off, that you live that healthy lifestyle, and that you begin living that best version of yourself. And trust me when I say it's a truly awesome, awesome experience. So these 3 tips I'm going to share with you, they are intangibles, meaning they come from within. You can't necessarily taste them or smell them or touch them. Like diet, again, using that word is a very tangible thing. You can touch food, you can smell food, obviously you can eat food. Exercise is a very tangible thing. You can go to a gym or you can go to a park and go walk for a park in a park. Those are something very tangible. But the real secrets to better health, more energy, and keeping weight off permanently are those intangible factors. And so that first intangible factor, if you're just joining me, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Coach Brad talking about these 3 tips to have better health, more energy, and keep that weight off permanently. And again, so that first intangible that I want to talk about, and you might have heard this word before, but it is mindset. What is mindset? Mindset is very simply the way that you think. Now, if you want to go from a point A to a point B, from who you are to who you want to be, from couch to healthy, as I call it, have better health, it starts with your mindset. And that mindset needs to be something along the lines of I choose to be healthy over not being healthy. Okay, I choose certainty and faith and love over fear and uncertainty and anxiety or even depression. It's what you choose, and that what you choose is based on your mindset. The mindset component is critical because the way that we think, and I'm not necessarily talking about positive thinking here, okay? This is a thinking, a way of life, how I want my life to be. What do I want my life to be like? If you want truly the better health, the more energy, the keeping that weight off permanently, then your life has to be about choosing health over choosing not to be healthy, as an example. And like I said, 13 years ago, I was choosing not to be healthy. I didn't even know it. I wasn't even aware of it, but I was choosing to be a couch potato. I mean, I would literally come home and sit on the couch every night. I don't have a whole lot of time here, so I want to get through the other 2 tips because I see I'm almost at 8 minutes here. The second intangible ingredient element, if you will, to that better energy, or excuse me, that more energy, that better health, that keeping weight off permanently, is you have to have a vision. What is that vision of who you want to become? Okay. Who do you imagine yourself being? Imagine yourself being a leader of leaders. Imagine yourself being just full of love, of life, of health, of happiness. How would that be? Who do you want to be? Okay, that is the second key ingredient. And the first one, mindset, and the second one, who you choose to be. Pretty much every client that I've worked with in the beginning doesn't even know about these and has skipped over these and gone right to diet and exercise. And that's understandable because what I'm telling you now isn't mainstream. This isn't taught in a lot of programs. The third tip then that you have to keep weight off permanently and to have better health and more energy is you've got to know your why. Why are you here? Why are you doing this journey? That was a key part. I tell you, until I understood that third tip, knowing my why, I would lose the weight by exercising really hard, and I would keep exercising, but then I would stop, and I would start, and I would stop, and then I would do it for the wrong reasons. There are a lot of whys out there. I've heard a lot from clients. I want to fit into a certain size wedding dress. That's a common one. I want to just feel better in my skin, but we've got to get away from this attachment of of associating our weight with, how we feel on the inside. That's a conditional, happiness. And we want to learn, I teach later, another intangible about this idea of self-love and self-care. But when I discovered my why, finally, that was the key. And it was an internal why. My why became, if I take care of my mind, body, and spirit, my mind, body, and spirit will take care of me. And that one third intangible ingredient there has been the key component to sustain this journey for 13 years now. So in summary, again, I don't know where you are or where you hope to be 6 months from now from your journey, but those three intangibles, okay, your mindset, your vision, choosing who you wish to be, and knowing your why. Those three things are what are going to give you better health, more energy, and keep that weight off permanently. I hope you've enjoyed this. Go to my Instagram page and follow me. Follow me on Instagram, Training with Coach Brad. I've got tons of tips and other good stuff there about all of this, keeping weight off permanently, better health, more energy. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Again, go to my Instagram page and follow me, Training with Coach Brad. Take care, everyone. Be well, be safe, be happy, eat ice cream. We'll see you on the next live.